Oregon. Oh my god, we've had like over 30 days of 90 some degree weather, which isn't unusual for us to have warm weather, but that many days in the high 90s, yes, that's a little unusual. I mean, it doesn't happen every year, but this is a sight for sore eyes, the rain. Too bad it's not really going to last. So I'm going to stop and get some food, and I'm going to head to St. Louis Ponds, and I'm going to see if I can catch a few fish. It's kind of an overcast day. There's a bunch of smoke kind of socked into the valley here, so it's kind of keeping the temperature down. I think it's about 70 degrees right now, give or take. So we're going to head over and see if this weather change is maybe turned a bite on, because it's been really slow. Okay, so I made it to St. Louis Ponds. There's a few people here. Looks like mostly some young kids. But so my goal today is to answer the question, can a person catch a bass over 2 pounds at St. Louis Ponds? Not 2 pounds. Sorry, I had to yard him out of, wow, he is really shitty hooked right through the gill plate. Anyway, not 2 pounds. For sure. Let's see if I can do some surgery on this little guy. Get him back in the water. So that maybe he can be in the next 2-pound video. Okay, I don't think my camera's going to last very long because it keeps overheating, but there's kind of some open water here in pond number 3, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can catch a fish real quick on camera. So, the question is can you catch a 2-pound fish? I think so. Oh, and I'm still recording. So, he's like, I don't know, 15 inches. I'll try to weigh him real quick and get him back in the water. Sorry, bud. I think he's just gonna barely make 2 pounds, actually. Come on. Let's see here. Oh, he's smaller than I thought. 1.65 pounds. .7. Cool. He's actually a little smaller than I thought, but pretty close. Let's keep trying. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this is crazy good looking bass water for this time of year. There's like a deep hole right here and a bunch of logs down, so I'm gonna see if I can yard a fish out of here. Okay, so my camera keeps shutting off because it's hot, but this whole spot here, this is like one of the hardest fish ponds. You can tell just by the bank, everything's impacted. But I was casting over against the shrub there, kind of towards the shade, and I got a bite. Did you guys see that? Topwater Senko. Whew, don't stick me in the, yeah. Sweet. Not the 2-pounder, but fun. That was pretty cool. It was aggressive. He blew up. He wanted that Senko for himself. Oh, there was just a big old roll right there. It's probably one of those carp. So I was standing right here, and I'm obsessing over this bluegill because he's like, he looks like a bass body, but he's got bluegill coloring. So I was gonna see if I could catch it with a piece of worm. And as I'm sitting here, I see this shadow go through right on the edge of the weeds right there. And I was like, oh my God, it's a huge bass. It looked like a 5-pounder, 6-pound, maybe 7. And I'm just like, oh God, oh God. So I just got done tying up for this bluegill, which I'm probably not gonna catch. And I look over and there's an even bigger one. I'm like, oh my God. I was just freaking out. And it came up to the surface. And it's like a 15-pound carp. So there is carp out here in the St. Louis ponds, which I have never seen that before. You know, quite frankly, it doesn't surprise me, but yeah, there's some big carp out here. I seen it. It's kind of cool. They look like a gigantic goldfish, so I'm not used to seeing carp in these ponds around here. I mean, I know they do exist, but usually they're like more in the rivers around this part of the country, but kind of in the back sloughs, but I don't really see them in ponds like this, so I'm thinking maybe they got planted here. But I think carp help with like the algae or something. I'm not sure. I'm not a carp fisherman, so... But that was pretty cool. I was freaking out because I thought it was a huge bass. So, yeah, he's like, what, a quarter of a pound. He's about a 10-inch fish. That hydrilla made it feel a lot bigger. Let's see if I can get you back in here, bud. There we go. Finally. Sorry, it was my neighbor's dog. Oh, there's a yellow jacket. Get away from me. Man, they're so bad this year. There's 2 of them. Get away. Oh, it landed on my shoe. Sorry, I've been stung like 15 or 16 times this summer, so. But I did not break the 2-pound fish that I was shooting for yesterday, but I think it's totally doable. My biggest fish was, what, 1.7 pounds. And I know I've caught bigger fish than that there, so I definitely think it's doable. I freaked out over some carp. I've never seen carp at St. Louis ponds. Totally makes sense that they're there, but I had just tied up because I was going to try to catch a bluegill, and I look over and all I see is this like huge shadow of a fish in the water, and I'm thinking bass, and I couldn't tie up fast enough, and then once I finally got tied up, I seen another one that was even bigger. So I mean, it was, I don't know, probably 30 inches long. But anyway, shoot me some questions if you guys have any about fishing St. Louis ponds. I don't fish there a lot, but I have been there quite a bit over the years, and it's a pretty good place to fish. So especially with the youngsters, a lot of bank access. They don't even allow floating devices there. So it's all bank access. So anyway, have a good day, you guys. So just a quick note, the other thing that I forgot to mention is that I tried these VMC wide gap hooks, and they got this weird, like, I don't know, it's like a little triple barb, and I'm kind of liking these. I've been kind of stuck with the Gamakatsus, and those are great hooks too, but they're spendy. These are a little more affordable. I think I got these at Cabela's. It doesn't say on it. I thought maybe there's a label, but they actually work really well. They hold the fish good, and they're pretty strong. So it's another good thing. The other thing is I was using these Gary Yamamoto 4-inch green pumpkin purple flake Senkos, and that's actually all that I caught fish on yesterday. I did try a couple other soft plastics because I had to fish weedless, but I didn't have that on film. But in the video, you'll see that this is all I used. And that's what I caught all the fish on. So, I mean, that's kind of a go-to. When the fish aren't biting, you put on a green Senko, green pumpkin, and you usually catch fish. So, anyway, just thought I'd throw that in.